All right.
Oh shoot, we're live, boys. We live. Look at this. Yo, look at all this orange, and I'm the only one wearing Ducati stuff. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Pin the Guest Podcast. I am your host, Cool Jules. That is Chris, the whole effing show, Simcoe. And look what we have here, smack in the face, right in this place. Didn't disappear without a trace because this man is really important right here. And that is Jack, hammered down, Hammersley. And if y'all don't know who he is, first of all, you're living underneath a rock. Second of all, this man is arguably, actually, no, not arguably, is the greatest Motogp player in the freaking universe. Say something next to me. He's the greatest in the universe next to me. Let's do that.
That's hilarious. I guarantee we would definitely get smoked.
Dude, we'll get double lapped.
Yeah, right. So I want to. I told Jack this earlier, man. I want to get up to where we can all get on together and play, and he can show us some tips of the trade and try to step up my game at least. Because I suck at it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm good at Moto 3, but Moto 2, MotoGP is just I struggle. So
Moto 3 is fun.
Moto 3 is a lot of fun, right? But yes, dude, like my man Jules says, what an honor to have the 2023 Motogp Esport champion in the house. What is up, Jack?
Yeah, thank you for your very kind words. It's great to be here.
Yeah, I'm right. It's great to be here in the presence of a god.
That's right. It's an honor to have you here, man. So, man, listen.
Playing in the background here too.
Yeah. Everybody check out Jules's TV in the background. But Jack, dude, tell us how the whole season went from the beginning until the champion
into being a freaking GOAT.
Okay, this is going to be quite a roller coaster. So it started off in the pro draft in July, topped all 3 challenges, and in the last challenge, I set the fastest time out of everybody. And I was like, wow, okay. Time with KTM, round 1, best qualifying performance over an entire round, 3 front rows, 1 being a pole position. I was like, right, here we go. And then Mugello, this is fun thing I forgot about. I forgot about this until I flew back. In the first race, I finished last.
Oh,
I was
no.
last in the championship after race 1.
Oh, no.
It wasn't my fault. Unfortunately, I had wheel spin at the start, like Martin, and then I got collected at turn 2 in Mugello. So I went down, and then I won Catalunya in good style. And then in Misano, I had problems with the front tire, so I finished 7th. And then
so Michelin gave you a bad front tire too during that round?
I had a double
conspiracy, bro.
Yeah,
tire pressure violation.
Yeah, something like that. In round 2, I could have not easily, sorry. In the sprint race, I could have won, but unfortunately, again, I had some form of wheel spin, and because Sachsenring, overtaking is a nightmare. So I finished 5th. In Motegi, I had the worst start I think anybody's ever had in esport history. If you go watch it, I released a clutch. I get wheel spin. I then have a massive wheelie. I go from pole to last in about half a second. But I finished 3rd, and then in Mandalika, I finished 2nd. And then in round 3, everything started to turn in my favour. I got pole in Portimao. I won in Portimao. I did probably the greatest race in esport history at Phillip Island, going from 6th to 1st, winning it in a dead heat against Trast. Then in Chang, it was looking like I could do the first ever treble, and then I threw it away on the last lap. But then coming into the final in Barcelona, did a great job in the sprint, got 2nd, and then had probably the most important race of my life at Kota in the wet.
Yes.
Holding on to dear life in one of the hardest battles ever against Davide, and then bringing home the title in Sepang and bringing this nice little trophy with me home.
Dude, look at it. Look everybody look right now. Stop what you guys are doing and look at this beautiful trophy right here.
You are literally the epitome of every 14-year-old boy's dream,
bro,
to be a pro gamer.
Then also I managed to get my hands on this for being the best qualifier as well.
Oh,
beautiful.
Both trophies presented by Danny Pedrosa as well, which was very nice.
Nice.
Is he like the same height as you? Like what?
Oh yeah, it's only 12 inches difference.
Yeah. I love it, dude. See, Jack, that's what I'm talking about.
You jump over him in a day. Does it work? Like that's it's a stupid question, but like, does it work? Like, is there a battery in it?
I don't know.
Yeah, are you gonna wear the
Honestly,
watch?
I've never bothered looking.
Oh,
Really? I don't know. For all I know, they could have gave you a dead watch, bro. They're like, hey, here you go. It's a
Well, I
Tissot
don't
watch
wear
right here.
watches, so it's okay.
okay. But you know what though, everybody, dude, a watch is right 2 times a day anyway, right? So
Yeah.
Amen.
yeah, we're good on that. And
Amen,
look, I
amen.
was showing him. I showed him that I actually got a limited edition. Edition, right? I just come up with a new word, right? You guys heard it
Edition.
first. A MotoGP Tissot watch too, but mine's not nowhere near as cool as the Hammers right here, right?
Did it come with a battery? Like, did it work?
Yeah, mine did. My only issue with this watch is I love it, man, but it seems like every year I got to replace the battery, and it's like $100 from an authorized Tissot dealer.
What's the quality of it? Is it like, you can
It's
be
not,
honest?
dude. No, it's listen, for the $1,100 I paid for it.
You paid for it? I
Yeah,
thought you won it.
no, I didn't win it. I paid for this bad boy out of my pocket, man. Yeah. I wish I'd have got the automatic one. This is not the automatic one, but I love it. I actually, when I do wear it, I get compliments on it a lot of times. I'll see it.
Damn,
Like,
yo.
dude, that's a nice watch because
Yo,
it's
Jack,
carbon fiber and all that, snazzy jazz stuff.
How much you want for that watch?
How much do I want for that watch? That's hilarious. And look who's in the house. Daniel Parker, mate. What is up? Congratulations, Hammer.
Deep Park.
Yeah. Do you know Daniel Parker, Jack?
No, not by name. I'm sure if I saw the face, possibly that would give me a better chance. But
Well, he's a really good mate of mine. He's actually a rider mindset coach. He worked with Finn, right? Fat Boy Finn. Yeah, Finn's rider mindset coach. Yeah. That's he's a really good mate of mine. I love Daniel Parker to death. And of course,
Deep Park.
Well, we got Don, my boy, up in the house. Yes, that's right. That's right.
Don the Hammer.
We got the champion in the house.
The Hammer of Dawn. What?
The Hammer of
the
Dawn.
Hammer of Dawn. You ever played Overwatch? Never mind. All right.
No,
so
never played that.
So as he's like, yeah, no, I only play one game. Yo, as someone who loves video, I mean, me and Chris both love video games, but as people who are video game enthusiasts, man, like, what kind of possessed you to be like, you know what, maybe I could go pro at this? And like, what was like the process to kind of get into that whole recruitment thing and get up there?
Well, I gonna sound quite arrogant to people. Ever since I started playing the games, I always presumed I was just the best. And then I started.
Love it,
online.
dude. Did you hear that, everybody? I just presumed I was the best. That's a champ right there. That's exactly what a champion
That's
says.
like me when I play boxing games.
Right.
Facts.
Then, like, in 2015 was the first time I played online against people, and I met the real, like, esports was the thing then, but you call the esport players, and I was, give or take half a second off, and then it came to the next game, and I was on the pace, and then I've been there ever since. The championship first launched in 2017. Yep. I missed out on qualifying by 1/10 of a second.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm. My God!
So then I was like, okay, and I watched the race, and I looked back and went, okay, and then I went and did a race, and I then compared myself to a race I did, and it was like, if you put me in that race, I would have finished third. So I would have finished top. I could have finished top 3. Obviously, there's different aspects and things involved, but in theory, I had the pace to be on the podium in the first year. And then in 2018, I qualified. Unfortunately, I was too young, so I wasn't allowed to participate. But in that season, I'm convinced I could have again got a podium place at least.
So hang on.
What's the age limit?
Yeah, I was going to say they have an age limit in
16.
the video game. Okay.
16.
Yeah, I mean,
there's an age limit in the video game?
There's an age limit on the video game. Like, okay.
I think it's like trying to emulate like the real life GP.
I gotcha.
Boo.
And then,
give a kid $1 million, damn it.
Facts.
In 2019, I qualified, but then there was a separate, like, the pro draft was in a stage itself in the online challenges, and I failed that. So then in 2020, then I qualified officially. I was reserved for Pramac, and then in 2021, I qualified again, and then KTM signed me up to be full-time rider.
That's proper.
Damn.
Dude,
so that's crazy how the companies, like themselves, the race team themselves, sign you up. Yeah. Like you guys were actually like on the freaking track. Like you guys, like actual, like real riders. They signed you. Yeah. That's crazy. That is so dope. So Aprilia, I mean, your boy has been killing it, man. So if you want to reach out to me, Sign me. You know what I'm saying? I've been ride or die since MotoGP 20. So that's dope, man. So you realized you were great because you're just beating on people online. And did the KTM thing when did you start getting comfortable with the machinery? Because for people who don't play like the MotoGP games, the bikes assume different. Like they all handle differently. They all have their different quirks and stuff like that.
Well, in the online challenge part, you race as Pecco, and you go as Miller, then Marquez or whoever. So that part of it's quite difficult, especially this year when it was the KTM challenge, because I could not figure out for the life of me how the front end worked. I don't know why, but on this game, you turn into a corner and the front end will fold with no warning. But when you do the actual championship, it's balanced performance, so more or less every bike's the same power, turning, everything. So it's based on ability then, and you set how good you can set up the bike and all that kind of stuff. So luckily, that sense, it's not like Trask, for example, on the Yamaha. You wouldn't have to worry about top end speed compared to the guys on the Ducatis.
Right.
Yeah, which is weird because when I started playing MotoGP, I always thought that the inline fours were so much easier to control. So like I started off with the Suzuki team, and the Suzukis were like bread and butter. Like it was so smooth. But then when I hopped on like a Ducati, I was like, how the fuck do I ride this thing? So like, you know what I mean? So I don't know like how much of that is a factor to you guys, but based on what you just said, not by much, huh?
No, I mean obviously in the challenge part, it's like when you go from the Ducati to the Aprilia, it's like okay, there's a small difference, but generally the bike's the same. And you go onto the KTM, and it's just a massive difference.
A Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, in the past games, you could just jump from one bike to another, and there'd be a small difference. Like the Honda would be a bit more aggressive, or the Ducati won't turn as well, or the Yamaha would be a little bit down on power. So you just be, but now it seems like they're all different. Definitely big and noticeable changes, but like in real life, the difference in lap time is hardly anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it is dope. So, out of all the MotoGP games that you actually played, which one's your favorite? 21, 22, 23.
Please
well,
tell me
it's exactly 23 based on.
Of course.
When I think back and I go, which game did I enjoy the most? It's in the because MotoGP isn't actually my favorite bike game. So, but in terms of MotoGP, it'd probably 23 or like 2019.
Yeah.
Everyone tells me 2019 was great.
It was good. Yeah.
I didn't start till 2020. I thought 2020 and 2021 were really good. It's just that my only problem with 2020 is that there really isn't any bike feel. So like the feedback wasn't great. But the fact that I can like
I had no feeling for the rear tire, so I never knew how much power to give or anything like that. So I had to restrict myself with traction control, and that really hampered me.
Yeah. What I liked about 2020 though is that I can slam so hard on the front.
Oh
brake.
yeah.
Like it's so like I can be a full top rack on that bike. Like, you know what I mean? But then I get on me, Chris, and our former host Andy at the time. We all got on MotoGP 22, and I was talking smack, right? I was like, "Yo, I'm pretty good at this shit." Like, you know what I mean? Like MotoGP 2020, come on, like I was great. 2021, I was great. So then I hop on 22 with them, and we look like a bunch of crash dummies. Like we had no clue what we was doing, yo.
It was crazy.
Because it was the physics was like different, and like I couldn't stop the bike for the life of me.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
So
it was a big change when it happened.
Yeah,
right.
It was like, but because I remember when I first tried it, I can't remember. It was, I can't remember which track it was. It was Austria, and I braked because it was when they didn't have the chicane at that time. Going through the fast left-hander of turn 2, I hit the brakes just as the curb started, and that's where you'd brake for 2020. And I completely just blew the corner.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
Yeah, like the bike just wouldn't stop.
Yeah,
I'm like, do the brakes work? So, being the angry gamer that I was, I went on Reddit and I was looking at if anyone else was having the same problem with me. And apparently, we weren't the only ones that were struggling. I mean, you just mentioned it yourself. So, like, what did you do to kind of like kind of like understand, like, okay, maybe we got to break a little earlier in this game. How did you adjust to the physics of it? What was different, and what kind of pointers would you give somebody jumping on the 2023 game if it was like their first ever time playing?
Well, the first thing is don't change anything on the bike because you're not going to learn anything. Just keep the bike standard, and then learn where the braking points are, learn when the turning points are, learn where the acceleration points are, and just focus on getting everything right, smooth. Just take your time. You don't need to. I mean, you can do the Marquez approach and just attack every corner, and eventually you figure out things. But I prefer to do it the other way, where you start like braking 50 meters too early, and then you slowly creep forwards and forwards. But it's just it's also try not to get frustrated over not learning quick enough. You gotta just let it come to you naturally, and it might take 10 minutes, it might take 2 days or a week or a month, but you just have to let it happen.
Because it is a game, and I'm gonna let Chris grab the floor in a second, but it is a game where you literally have to. It's one of the few racing games where you have to have so much patience in what you're doing. So, like, for example, I played my first Formula One game where it was F1 2019, and I jumped on that thing, and I was like, oh shoot, I got it off the rip, because like the grip is there, the braking is strong, and there's a lot of free play for error, right? But then when you jump on a MotoGP game, literally the littlest thing will high side you to the moon. So like when I say like it's one of the most difficult simulators I've ever played, it literally is.
Yeah,
it's so frustrating.
It was hard this year as well when they added the pickup system. So every time you hit the gas, the bike would naturally sit up, and everybody was like, "How on earth do you ride with this?" And the top guys, I know exactly what they do. I think I was the only one in the top 5 who didn't use that way of riding. I found my way that I was comfortable with, and it's all about just trying to be patient when you can apply a lot of gas, and how to make the way the bike works to make it turn, essentially.
Yeah, I struggled at that game hard. Like Jules said, man, the braking to me was the worst. It wasn't the turn in. It was trying to get the brakes down. It seems like even if I got on the rear brake before I even touched the front, as soon as I got on the front a little bit harder, I mean, it was just washed out every single time. And yes, I got pissed, right? And then I just said, you know what? I'm going back to Moto 3. I can just hold that bad boy wide open and to make myself feel good, right? Yes. Speaking of other games you play too, right? Have you played? I wish Superbike 20. What is it, Jules? 2022 SBK. Yeah. I have that. Man, that's much better brakes on that game. I can actually ride.
You mean the reskin?
Yeah, right.
The reskin?
Yeah, the reskin of the Motogp.
It's really funny you say that about the brakes, because towards esport riders, it's completely the opposite.
Is it really?
Really?
It's like because I can tell you, obviously we can't lie. It is MotoGP 21, but with some little adaptations to make it super bike. But what they did is, I think they forgot the way the steel brakes work, because I did a championship against some of the esport guys. We're at Donington Park. I was leading through swants and everything on the first lap. I get to Coppice, and steel brakes, obviously, when you use them, no matter what the temperature is, they're going to work.
Yeah.
But for some strange reason, my brakes were cold, and they acted like they were carbon brakes. So I hit the brakes, and there was nothing, and I just went straight on into the gravel. So I think they forgot to apply that part, because the brakes were weak anyway.
Yeah.
But like, they made it worse, the fact that they mixed up carbon and steel brakes up quite a bit. So that was a bit frustrating. But I generally liked that game. It was I loved how you could just ride on the Superbike tracks. To be honest, that's all I really cared about.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's just they need to make it like an actual game and not a mod.
Yeah, they do.
It's
you know what else?
A modded MotoGP game.
It is. You're right. It is. That's actually one of the first thoughts after I actually started playing the game for like 15 minutes into it. When I first downloaded, I'm like, why does this feel so familiar? Right? It's like like I've been here before, but it's branded a different brand. But yeah, it's
and I don't know how much you're allowed to talk. I mean, they're made by the same people, but If it had like Ride 4 physics, maybe a little bit more tweaked, maybe I would have enjoyed the game a little bit more.
Yeah, we came to that conclusion. Like we were all expecting like, oh, it's gonna be Ride 4 with some added features.
Yeah.
But like on
Then
steroids.
they went the different way.
No, definitely not. And it sucks because like just me personally, I mean excluded for this year, because this year I thought MotoGP was way better than World Superbike. But I'm primarily a World Superbike fan. So like I'm a big Top Rack fan. I love those guys.
Yeah.
But it's just a shame that like, when I finally got a game that I thought that, it's gonna be for me, it wasn't for me. It was just a reskin.
Yeah, you just go back to the old Xbox 360 games.
Oh,
Facts,
yeah,
right.
yeah. Or
what
the Isle of Man game.
Oh, that yeah. So
no,
the TT game, that's man, I used to get them, but I didn't get the new one. Did you, Jack? Get the
Yeah,
new
I
TT
did.
game?
I made
Physics
myself
are
a
kinda
challenge
wonky.
to do a whole lap without crashing.
Did you achieve it?
I did. I did it 3 times.
It's hard, man. That game, that's an intense game right there, right?
But it's just a part of it's the fact it's not fully, like, you can be full lean angle, you can have a little bit of acceleration, and the bike will wheelie and you crash.
Yeah, no, it's
So-
yeah. But you know what they need? We need a BSB game, a British Superbike game. No, for real. That's
Oh,
exactly what
We need a Moto America game, man. Fuck.
More about that. That's always been a thing. Like Ride 4, Ride 5, you can do a BSB championship because you can get the bikes, then put a livery over them, and then you can do all the tracks
Yeah.
apart from Knockhill, Thruxton, Silverstone, and Navarra.
Yeah.
So you can do somewhat of a BSB championship, but it's not fully. And they did kind of do one like years ago. They had a Crescent Suzuki.
Crescent Suzuki. I remember
Yeah,
I had
that
it.
game
I had it. Yep.
with
And
John
that was for
Reynolds
the
and
original
Tagliani.
PlayStation.
PlayStation 2, I think that was for.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
But yeah, I thought, dude, I still got all. I should have grabbed them. And next time I will, Jack. When I go to my parents' house, I'm gonna take pictures of all my, because I kept every motorcycle racing game I had.
Jeez.
Right, and I got a stack of them bad boys.
One game I haven't played though was what is it called? I think it's called The Crew.
Oh, the Crew, yeah.
Yeah, The Crew. They had a couple of bikes in there. I mean, it's not primarily a motorcycle.
Yeah, they had
game, but-
Laguna Seca on one of them.
Yeah,
It
Yeah,
was a very badly modelled Laguna Seca, like the course is completely flat.
it's clay molded.
clay molded. That's
You-
hilarious.
You know what they should have done for the winners of the esports series? They should have made you guys a playable character,
Yeah, because they do that in the F1 games.
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
How,
Yeah.
how cool would that be?
That would
Be
be.
like have us face scan like for the next game. That'd be
That's
nice.
my issue.
Dude, listen. Do you actually get the MotoGP games for free since you're a contender?
No.
No. I just had to ask. It was just a question I had. That's all.
We don't get that
Congratulations! you won.
I don't think they want to see any kind of favoritism.
Yeah.
You won that trophy, the T-Sol watch, but you have to buy the game for the next year.
That's it.
I don't know what accent that was, but that's what. Oh no, we lost him. Oh no,
There he is.
the government. They don't
The
want you to be great. Yo, so taking it back to what you just said about like the face scans. That is one thing that bothered me about all like the MotoGP games, right? Is the face scans are horrendous.
It's like an
It's funny.
8-year-old drew him.
Yeah, there's a funny video of Trask when MotoGP 22 came out. All of the face scans hadn't been fully developed. You could tell. So he was going across all the riders, and like Remy Gardner looked terrible.
Yeah,
It obviously, when they edited everything, it looked okay, but you can tell like some haven't been redone in a while. Like Frankie still got curly hair and things like that.
yeah. It's like maybe is it? What do you think? Could it be the budget? Because if you look
Yeah,
at
I
games
definitely
like
think that'd be probably it could be a thing. Yeah, Or just
yeah,
time. I don't know what the things are, but I'd like them to. Obviously, there's like a million things we all want them to do, but they can only do so many things, and I'd rather them focus on, say, the physics of the game to make sure that's and all the features that are going to make it playable than a face scan, because it's going to still. It might be someone from 6 years ago, but it's still going to look relatively the same. But just obviously not 100%. But it doesn't really bother me because I never really played those game modes. So
yeah.
as long as I can ride the bike and I'm happy with it, I don't care.
And I think that's who they're catering to. I think they're catering more to the online play versus present. Because if you play games like FIFA, for example, you know, you play games like FIFA, you play games like UFC, NBA 2K, like the presentation, the graphics, the mold, the gameplay, everything looks so real. You know, GTA 6. Yo, how do we? This is a running joke on the internet. How do we get the greatest Motogp Esports player on Pin the Gas before GTA 6? Come on.
Yeah, right.
Like how, GTA Grand Theft Auto, come on, man.
We've been
But
waiting
like
on that game for centuries.
if I like me as a casual gamer, I know you don't really care because you say you're only on it to hey, that's you, hey.
Yeah.
I know you care mostly about the gameplay, which I understand. Obviously, it's what you do, it's it's your passion. But for someone who's from the outside, like me or a Chris, like we want to make it feel like it's a premium experience, right? So like I was on the forums and I was like, they should add commentary, like just like some generic commentary, like they'll have the announcers just reading lines and saying, "Oh, a low side on turn," like it makes it more engaging. It makes it feel more real. The the presentation of like how like the riders walk to the bike and when they win championships, the animations, I think that could be better too because I feel like they rehash that shit, that the same thing every year. But that's just me as a consumer, not a pro gamer. So like
Yeah.
what do you feel about that, if that means anything to you really?
Yeah, I mean, when I remember when 2018 when they first did the Unreal Engine, it was like, okay, I'm gonna play as Rossi's whoever, and when Rossi he did the crouch thing on his bike and he did the way he used to stretch on the bike when he was leaving pit lane, he did all of that. I was like, oh, okay. So I think that was a good development, and then they've made small strides, but they've just stopped there. But they might be I don't know when, but I think maybe when they're going to go full on next gen. I don't know when that'll be. But I think that's then when you'll see the next developments in face scans and all that kind of things, hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. What do they actually take care of your plane tickets to fly out there for the championships? Yeah.
They better.
And your hotels and everything?
Yeah, that's all covered.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Hold on, Chris, give me 1 second.
No, you're good. You're good. And so, like, dude, you know what game I used to love playing back in the day was Taurus Trophy. Did you ever play that?
Taurus Trophy.
Dude, Taurus Trophy was a motorcycle racing. It's kind of like Ride 4, but it was like the first.
I've seen YouTube videos about it, but I never played it myself.
Oh man, Jack, dude, I love that game. It was proper because it was like Gran Turismo, but for motorcycles. The first one, right? We can go and do tires and suspension and exhaust and actually suspension setup and blah blah blah. Yeah, it was a proper game back in the day for sure. It was a really good. And then Chris Gladden, big shout out to Chris. He says, "You want to play a hard game? Let's go back to 2005 and try Suzuki TT Superbikes Real Road Racing on the PS2." Yeah, that's actually the game.
Yeah, that's the Crescent Suzuki game.
Yeah, that's the game me and Jack was actually just talking about. It was a really hard game.
Yeah, it had sidecars as well.
They did. And I was trying to remember the name of this one motorcycle game. It was a motorcycle / dirt bike game. And man,
MX versus ATV.
Man, I could ride a wheelie around the racetrack all day, just down the back road the whole time, dude. It was proper. I was like, dude, this game is awesome right here. But yeah, I've always been a big fan of motorcycle racing games. Of course, Ride 4 to me is one of the best ones out there. They have Ride 5 out now, which I haven't got yet, right? It's something that I do want to get. But yeah, dude, Kyle, I'm pretty sure I got Taurus Trophy over there at my dad's house still. I kept all my games, man. That's one thing I didn't get rid of. Every time I got a new system, I usually gave my old one to one of my buddies that didn't have one, right? So I just give my old system when I got my new one, but I always kept my games. Can't have my games, not my motorcycle games anyway.
Yeah, man. I was so upset when my mom sent my PlayStation to the Philippines to my cousins. I was like, yo, what the hell? I was still playing that thing. Like, oh, it's okay, we'll buy you a PS3. I was like, it's not the same. Like, there's something about the PS2 that was just
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I do miss my PS2.
But yeah, dude, I mean, if their transition and their focus is towards the next gen console, I think, and again, I don't know what budget's like, But wouldn't it be cool if there was motion capture on the actual riders, so you can actually like get, their for real style, at least when you play as them, you know what I mean?
They had that in SBK 08 and 09.
Really?
Yeah, they did have that. I mean, it wasn't obviously 100% but yeah, like Ben Spees, he'd be all elbows, and then you'd have Shaky Burn, it'd be like a bit like old school, and then you'd have Harger being a little bit off the bike, and Corsa being directly in line. You'd have all these little things. So they have done it before, but I think it's a lot of effort.
Yeah, like if you're able to capture Jorge Martin's shoulder drag, like that would be amazing. Fabio's done it too, but Martin has done it better.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing. Every time I see a picture of Jorge Martin, I'm like, dude, I remember, listen, I remember what not too long ago, right, Jack, where and everybody watching and listening that, dude, they were just now dragging their elbows, right, and went from elbows to shoulders, right. Really, what's next, right? I guess helmets. We're gonna have sliders on helmets now, right? I mean, that's.
I'm trying to think what's next. Shoulder, maybe leg.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You guys have any chance to talk about racing motorcycle vinyl design? What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm a little confused about that one.
Explain, Mr. Ramen. Explain. But yeah, like I don't know. Again, I'm coming after it as just your regular consumer, because I want for a MotoGP game to be just visually and physically amazing,
and aesthetically, yes.
Yeah, and aesthetically pleasing. Like, yeah, I want this game to be accessible to my peers who don't even know that motorcycle racing exists.
No, that's fact. And one point on that real quick, to the point to where I want it to be so real that only Maverick Vinales can top the timesheets in preseason testing, right? And then after that, it's a no-go, right? We want, we hope, but damn it, man.
And then like like a GM mode where you can fire him for trying to blow up your engine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh no.
Like your rider.
Jack's like,
yes.
Oh no.
Yo, a team owner mode? Like, come on. Like Chris could be a team owner of Ducati.
They have had that, but you have to be a right. They used to have that. I don't know if they still
did.
I don't think they do. But they used to have that.
A manager mode, yep.
Oh man. Because like what would be so cool would be like, Fabio Di Gianantonio is unhappy, tried to blow up Ducati engine at the end of lap 6. Like that'd be so cool. And you can fire him and then hire a Moto 2 person. Also in season, in career mode, I think it would also make sense if the riders were to age out of their spots, right? Like if they're not performing well, then someone from Moto 2 can take that spot.
Yeah, they do that in F1.
Yeah, exactly. But the budget in F1 is insane in the membrane. So I they have the opportunity to do that. And I think F1 is partnered with EA.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why it looks so nice, and that's why they're able to carry a lot of the technology that they do. I don't know what MotoGP's plan is, because Milestone can't just pick everything up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if they had a big partnership, it'd be great.
They can get help from EA or any of these big companies that make the really big games. I'm sure the quality would improve a lot in all areas. But obviously, for a small company that they are, I think they are good at what they do. They just, virtually, the standard's so high these days that unfortunately I think they get a bit of negativity sometimes that people don't really understand that they shouldn't be getting.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, everything else outside of the consumer mindset, the gameplay is great. The bikes look phenomenal. The weather, the color, the extra stuff like picking up your bike after a crash, like that's cool. Like that's great. We're getting there. And I'm really excited to see what it's like to be on the next console, because I feel like, they're going to be tweaking it a hell of a lot more now that the next gen consoles can definitely carry a lot more technology. So with that being said, like after your 2023 season, did Milestone ever try to bring you in and be like, hey, this is what we might be working on for the next year? Like, did they ever give you the inside scoopity scoop,
No.
God damn it. I'm out of here, Chris.
Yeah, I'm out. You know what's gonna be awesome though, man? Jack is next year we're gonna have Mark Marquez on a Ducati in the
Yeah.
video game too, right? So it's gonna
Yeah.
be
The GOAT.
yeah, it's gonna be dude. Listen, I've had a lot of questions. A lot of people text me about the whole Mark Marquez move because I said it earlier that I really felt that he was actually gonna leave, right? And he did. And then when he did, I was like, oh shit, he actually did it, right? Like he did. But I'm actually excited because obviously everybody knows I was a huge Rossi fan, still am, right? He's the GOAT, but. And then that beef with Marquez, right? It just same thing with Lorenzo, right? Never liked Lorenzo because I was a Rossi fan. You guys know the clash of what time it is, right? But since Valentino has retired, I've turned more into a fan of everyone, I should say, right? Where I love everybody, man. I think everybody's good. Look at Jules. I know Jules. Jules heard me say this a million times. I do dislike some, but it's not very many. It's I would love to see what everything Marquez went through. I would love to see him back on the top step, just because of the hardship he went through. And he is a 7-8 time world champ. He's like Jill said, he's up there with one of the best. And if he actually wins this title on Ducati in 2024, he'll be the first to win it in a satellite team, right? It'll cement his GOAT status because now he won on a title on a different manufacturer. But the double-edged sword of that is that Ducati's don't put themselves in the same spot they were in this year, meaning that I personally believe that a lot of the factory Ducatis didn't want Martin to win the championship because then it threw a monkey wrench in the whole fucking program, right? Now they got to demote Bastianini, bring Martin in because they didn't want to put a number one plate on a satellite bike, yada, yada, yada. But now they're even more in trouble with Mark Marquez on a satellite bike.
Bezzecchi too, man. Like you have Bezzecchi on
too. Yeah,
like he was at one point. I thought he was going to steal this shit, because he was performing so well.
What you think about that, Jack?
Yeah.
Well, I will say that Mark, if he does win it, Mark will be the first person on a satellite bike since Rossi.
Yep.
Rossi won his first world title on a satellite bike.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it'd be pretty much the same situation, I think. Near enough factory bike, blah, blah. But I think it will. Well, it's either going to go two ways. Let's say Marquez dominates. Everybody will quickly go from armed and excited to armed dead bored.
Yeah.
Knowing how people are. And then let's say I honestly think the way this championship will go is depending on the mindset of the other riders. Because if they think Mark's going to win it, then he will.
Yeah.
If they actually believe I can beat him, he's not this invincible guy now that he was on Honda. If you look back at Honda, obviously he was very good in 2019 and 18, but he still has weaknesses and stuff. So I think they have to believe in themselves that they can beat him. And if you believe it, then there's no reason why he can't. But it's obviously it's going to be a very difficult task. But I think if the likes of Pecco can do the same season he did this year, minus the crashes and injuries, and just fix the sprint performances, I can't see why Pecco and Co can't give Mark a proper fight for it. Yeah.
So you think Pecco's got a good chance of retaining the title for the third time next year?
Yeah, but there's no reason why not. But I think obviously Marquez is the favorite, and it depends on the mentality, in my opinion.
I think I'm gonna have to still stick with Martin because I think Martin's gonna come back like a fighting pit bull because that's what he looks like, right? Let's just be honest. He's a feisty little. I think he has improved, and I also don't. I'm gonna say it now. I don't think he's gonna be with Ducati in after 2024. I think he'll jump ship, Martin, for sure.
Where would he go?
I don't know. Maybe a pro with KTM, right? But I think that he will definitely jump ship.
Well, let me tell you what I think so far about like our current lineup. Or actually, before I get there, Jack, who do you think besides the obvious Mark Marquez, who do you think is a sleeper dark horse this year or next year?
Bender. That's what I was going to say.
Agreed.
Bender.
I agree.
Maverick Vinales? What? No.
He was my dark horse back in
he'll win the preseason world championship for the 6 year running.
He'll
top
world
practice sessions. He'll top warm ups, and then he'll come to the actual thing. And I do think he'll win a race this season.
I do too.
But I don't think he will have it in him to do it for the full season. But and also another prediction I've got. I know it's going to sound crazy, but I think Pedro Acosta is going to be Rookie of the Year.
Facts, baby Jeebus is coming.
I
I
mean,
mean, telling everybody.
I think it's irrelevant the fact he's the only rookie in the championship.
Well, same thing last year, right? Last year it happened too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it won't be the first time, and it probably won't be the last.
So on the subject of Aprilia, I think opportunity is knocking at the factory door. I think Maverick's days are numbered because if you look at which one of the is it Raul Fernandez?
Raul Miguel.
Yeah, Raul Miguel. So the only thing that's holding Miguel back is the injuries. But we can clearly see he can perform, but we'll judge more next year. But Raul is getting there, and he's knocking on Maverick's ass. So I told Chris 2 days ago, I was like, if Maverick doesn't step up this year, that seat can pretty much be Raul's. On the flip side, they could lose Alicia Spargo. I don't know. I mean, everyone keeps rumoring him to be gone by the next year, and he's still there. So I don't know what the captain. So what do you think about like Raul potentially taking that factory seat, or like my take on Raul taking that factory seat?
I don't think it'd be. I think if you're going to choose one of the two satellites, you choose Miguel just because he's got the experience, he's proven himself. But
regardless of the injuries.
Well, they're not his fault. They've not been his fault. He's been taken out countless times. But I'm convinced that Quartararo will be on the Aprilia.
Yeah, dude, I would love to see Quartararo on Aprilia. I do too. And that's another one. Yeah, dude, that's another one. I don't think he'll be with Yamaha after 2024. I think after this first test, he didn't look too happy.
Yeah, but I have the theory that Quartararo isn't developing the bike in the right way because he seems to be the only person that's saying different comments to everybody else.
Yeah.
So I think, in my opinion, Quartararo isn't the greatest. He was no doubt about his talent. He's a very good rider, but I don't think he's maybe the best development rider. A bit like Marcus, let's say, where he can, no matter what the bike you give him, he's going to ride it to its limit. Yeah. I just don't think he's the best rider in terms of development.
So how do you think
Yamaha's played its part a little bit as well?
Yeah. So how do you think they'll perform in the addition of Rins? Like how do you think that will help the development of Yamaha?
I think good because Rins has got the experience from Honda. He's got the experience from Suzuki as well, and he knows exactly why the Suzuki is competitive. And use that knowledge, and hopefully they can find some. Well, obviously Fabio's requesting horsepower. Everybody else is requesting for rear grip. So we'll see if Alex will know. I think by Sepang will know what the problem is, and if Alex has rear grip, then I pray they go for rear grip and try and fix the power in a different way. But I think Alex is going to be a crucial part because he can confirm Fabio's side or Crutchlow's side and things like that, and try and get Yamaha there. Because I think Alex will just stay there for not the rest of his career, but for as long as possible. Because I think his riding style naturally suits the inline 4 style.
No, I agree. I think that I think Rins is going to be good for Yamaha. He's a hell. I mean, look, he won on a Honda last year. I mean, this year, right? He won on a Honda. I mean, come on, man. Mark didn't do it, right? Nobody else did it.
Pecco crashed in my corner.
Yeah, it's Rins is going to be good, but history shows that Yamaha's never been a horsepower bike, even back in Rossi's days. It's never been. Yamaha's always made their time up in the corners, right? So
Ducati have bridged that gap. So.
No, they have, right? But I think Yamaha will eventually figure it out. I think they need to change their mindset. I think all the Japanese manufacturers need to change their mindset on how they approach and how they work. Because if you go back in history real quick, Jules, the Japanese was fucking dominant. There was domination. Yeah. Right now it's the Europeans. The ball's done flipped, right? So it'll come back. I mean, it'll definitely come back. So
I was telling Chris, I was like, it's a change of era. Which, I'm not mad about that. Like, I'm not mad that Ducati is whooping ass. I'm just mad that there's a shit ton of them on the freaking grid. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, there were 12 Hondas in 2005, 4, and 3. Yeah. 12 Hondas, and that's when they I say they were most dominant. Obviously, they won a lot less titles than they should have done thanks to Rossi. But Honda was clearly the best bike, and they had the most bikes, so they could get the most data.
Well, they
that's
had the
just how it
best
works.
bike, but not the best rider back then. VR46 forever, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, 4-6. Number 99.
Listen, I cannot take nothing away. You know what I loved about Jorge Lorenzo, man. Obviously, his ride style was butter. But dude, Jack. I love the Spartans, like the movie 300, and the Spartan like history and all that. And when he come out with that Spartan logo, I was like, okay, you know what? I like him, dude. Yeah, it's so dope, man. I like him just a little bit more because it was so badass. But he was good though. Jorge was really good. We can't take nothing away from Jorge Lorenzo, right? He was.
I just liked him because he was like an outcast. You know what I'm saying?
He was an
like,
outcast.
I felt like nobody in the paddock liked that dude. So like I like villains, yo. So like Josh Herron. I'm assuming he's like the villain of Moto America.
I've never understood that.
What?
How Herron's like a villain in terms of Moto America. I've never understood it.
Not like a villain, more like an anti-hero, because Herron says the things that everyone is thinking but not afraid to say out loud. Herron is not afraid to say out loud. Yeah. Which is why like I started liking him more and more, because I'm like, yo, like he's speaking for for everyone. It's just that he's the only one legit speaking for everyone. So I mean, if you look at Warhorse Ducati, if you watch a little bit of Moto America, if you look at Warhorse Ducati in general, they have like this aura to them. Like they're like, I don't know about this team. You know what I mean? Like everybody kind of when you see the attack, the Yamaha guys, you're like, hey, the Yamaha guys, the Suzuki guys, oh, what's up, Suzuki guys? And then you see the Warhorse Ducati guys, you're like, ooh, it's like this, like
it's an aura,
it's like
that
cocky, cocky, confident feeling with them. You know what I'm
but
saying?
That's Italians, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's everything Italian, man. That's who they are, man. And dude, you know what else I'm excited for, Jack? Dude, next year's World Superbike, dude. Andre Annone's coming back.
Yo,
yes, dude. Top rack on the BMW,
yes,
on the Yamaha. Yes. Dude, we need, dude. You know what, dude? We need
Mastani on the Factory Ninja.
Yep.
What?
Yep. It's gonna be good. I would love to see KTM in World Superbike and back in Moto America, right? Unfortunately, we all know they don't make a Superbike, but dude, please bring back a Superbike, please.
I mean, they kind of did with the RC,
the 8C,
RC 8C.
Yeah, but you can't race that in any legal Moto America or World Super. None of those classes. It's not legal for any of that.
Did you ever get to do like a KTM track day? First of all, do you ride?
No.
Well, that solves that. Why not, if you don't mind me asking?
Because I'd throw up if I did.
Is it like the like anxiety feeling of
motion sickness?
Yeah.
Oh, motion sickness. Oh, okay, makes sense.
So the motorcycle e-trainer wouldn't do you no good, right?
Yeah. Well, I went on a simulator and that was okay. But I don't know, like if I went to like a VR headset, I don't know how I'd be in.
Oh, dude. So my son's got a VR, and I'm gonna tell you right now, when I first you're good. When I first put this VR headset on my face, I was like, holy dude, it's it puts you in like this new world. It's hard for me to explain. It's just crazy. Like, so I was like, dude, I want to play Star Wars because I'm a Star Wars nerd, right? Jack, do you like Star Wars, Jack?
And I know the films. I'm not like the biggest. It's not my favorite franchise, but I know of it.
Listen, Jack, I forgive you. Okay, it's okay. But I love Star Wars, right? So I wanted to play the Star Wars game. So I put this VR headset on. My son sets it up. He gets it all ready, right? And next thing I know, I'm literally standing inside this spaceship, and I like literally, and everything around me. I got robots talking to me, shit flying around, dude. It was crazy. I could only wear it for like 15 minutes, to say at first, until I actually got used to it, because I could see where if you have any type of motion sickness, the VR headset would be kind of rough for sure. But it was awesome. I
would love it.
Yeah, I know. But back on the trainer, man, it's something I wanted to do. They actually had it at Coda when me and Jules went earlier this year. I never got a chance to jump on it at Ducati.
Freaking $20 for one lap.
Well, it was like that at New Jersey too, Jack. So they had a trainer at New Jersey. It was like $20, like for I think it was 3 laps. The one at Jersey.
Boo.
But yeah, I just figured for $20 I could just hop on my RC51 and pull up a MotoGP game on my iPhone and do the same thing, right? Basically. But I always wanted to get on a trainer. They look proper, right? So being on a trainer, does it have gyroscopic effect to it at all, where it helps pick up the bike from side to side transition?
Well, there's different ones. The one I went on was the Devotion Sim, which the way that works is when you turn the handlebars, it'll naturally lean for you.
Okay.
But it's like you still have to ride the tank and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, like the braking forces and everything was obviously I don't know because I don't ride bikes, but I can tell it'd be somewhat similar. And like you can do it like with the handlebars, you can do turn right, you turn right, but you can also have it inverse, so it's more like I've just been told like because when you turn right, you actually push with
Counter
your
steering.
left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
counter steering. Yeah.
So it'd be more that feeling. But after 6 laps, my legs turned to jelly, and I couldn't do anything.
It's physical.
I've been on one. It's actually the guy who was hosting the simulators over there, Chris. He does it for MotoGP, and he travels from place to place doing it. Let's see if I can pull it up right here. So, did KTM ever do anything outside of just handing you the trophies and meeting Danny Pedrosa? Like, did they ever take you to their facility and show you what the doodads were?
Unfortunately, not. No, they've been done stuff when I've been in the paddock. They've done stuff and that, but apart from that, just not really. I think that's just because of location problems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
but you did get to go inside the factory MotoGP garage there, right?
Oh yeah. I've been in there and hospitality and all that kind of stuff.
I met Brad Bender and all them. Yeah, Jack Miller. Yeah.
Oh, that must have been so sweet.
Yeah, I met him when I was in Texas. I actually got this video short. I need to make this another video short. Look at Jules.
Yeah, look at that on the V4.
That's the other trainer you can go on. They have that the NEC.
I want us to focus on this area here. Let's just look at that posterior, you know what I'm saying? It's big and blue and all up in there. I was track marshaling. This is my first year of track marshaling, and because I had the uniform on, Ducati Island let me in. And this is the same guy that does the simulators for everybody. And he was kind of getting frustrated telling me what to do. Because I'm over here just trying to be a jackass and just lean the bike for no reason. And he's that's not how you do it. Supposed to brake early before the turn and then
get off my simulator, punk.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Jack, so what's the plans for 2024 in the MotoGP Esport? Champions in the house, baby. What is up? I can't stop saying that. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you've got back-to-back Bagnaia, so I'm going to try and go back-to-back as well because nobody in this current championship format, nobody's been back-to-back. There's Trust has done back-to-back, where it was just one race, and that was it. But ever since it's been a proper championship format, nobody's ever done back-to-back. So that's my plan as of now.
Well, good, because we're going to be in your corner cheering for you the whole way, man, for sure, 110%. That's awesome, man. So why don't you show everybody that magnificent, beautiful trophy you have?
Do it again.
For all the viewers, yes, look at this. Look at this, everybody. Look. Man, I'd take that thing to work with me. I'd put a seatbelt around it in my car. I'd be showing
that's a weapon.
Stoplights.
Someone tried to break into your house.
Just bang. Dude, it's beautiful. I love it. I love it.
Dude, that's crazy,
proper.
Yo.
Does it actually have your name engraved in on it?
No.
Yeah, MotoGP.
It says MotoGP Esport Champion 2023. So it's enough for me.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
And then meeting Danny Pedrosa is also another trophy on its own. How was that guy? Did you ever get to really talk to him afterwards?
No, because he sort of appeared out of nowhere. Because it was weird because we got shuffled right to the back when there was about because the first event I was on that ran over, which is why it was quite late when we went on. So we were just all sat in backstage, and then Danny came up to us and shook all our hands, and then the only time I got to really speak to him was when he was giving me the Tissot watch.
Damn. So he was like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Pretty much.
Because then as soon as I had all my media stuff done after the championship, I was like, And then I don't know if he left at that point, or I just never saw him.
Literally, the definition of "I'm just here so I don't get fined."
Yeah, right.
People. I also look quite like some of the riders and the parents of the riders got some pictures with him, so I know he was about for at least 10 minutes or more. So.
Did you ever get to play oh my bad, Chris. Did you ever get to play any professional riders? Like any MotoGP riders ever sit down and like try to play you?
Kyle Ryde.
Kyle Ryde, that's my dude right there.
Damn, how is he?
Very, very competitive.
I bet.
it was lockdown 2020, and he messaged me, and then he went from I'd say being about 1.5 seconds off the pace to being about 2/10 off.
Oh my god.
Then you got I've not played him yet, but Storm Stacey's very competitive as well.
Dude, I love Storm. I'm a huge Storm Stacey fan. That's my dude right there. Yeah. I met him at Cadwell. Kyle Ryde too. Ryan Vickers, dude, everybody. You guys should go check out my pit walk, which was, dude, the best I've ever been at a race to do. It was proper, but Kyle was he was super cool to meet. I know a lot of them guys do play video games.
Yeah.
Which would be awesome to actually get on there and actually play with everybody, talk shit, right? Because that's what I do. I'd lose, but
yeah,
it's all about having
I'd be
fun.
talking smack.
Yeah,
I play Ride 4 with the Junior Cup kids for Moto America, and those guys are fast as hell. Like I can't catch them. Like I can't get there, except for Laguna Seca against Isaac Woodworth. I'll never forget that.
You just need more practice, man. So, Jack, was you always naturally fast at the MotoGP video games, or is it how much time did you actually put into them to figure out the suspension and the tires and all that?
In 2015, when I started playing against the top riders, I was half a second off, and with my racecraft, I could actually beat them, but that would be I'd say the Rossi tactic: get in front. And then if they pass me, pass the back straight away so they can't escape. But then when the next game came around, which was called Valentino Rossi the game, or MotoGP 16, if you want to be
correct about
that way. Yeah. That's when I made the step, and then from then on, I was always naturally good at any game you gave me.
That's awesome, dude. So that I got that Valentino Rossi game, and I only played it a couple times. Like I wasn't real big on, dude. The ranch part was hard. I thought that whole ranch shit was just, dude. It was really tough. I did it.
Rossi's ranch.
Yeah. On the video game, you actually had to play the ranch and then race, and it was like you was training in real life at the ranch, and you go to MotoGP weekend and go train again, and it was fun, man. It was just to me, it was different than all the other MotoGP games, right? It just had this unique certain feel to it. Even come down to the bikes and the controls, it was just. Something was just a little bit strange, I would say. What do you think, Jack?
It was when I go back to because sometimes we just randomly go back to these games, and the first things I noticed is that the bikes are extremely light. The rear is extremely light as well. In terms of you go into a corner, and the rear is just sliding all over the place. But I do enjoy the feeling because it's like, and then I love going back and seeing how my times compare. But I'd always liked on that game, you can do the ranch obviously, but you can do the Monza Rally, you can do drifting in a Mustang, you could do remote control cars as well. There's quite a lot of different things you could do on that game compared to normal MotoGP games, so that was quite fun. It was the only time you got 125s, 250s, 500s, 990s, 800s.
Yes,
and
that's what I did love about it. Yes, because I always go and play the legends, right? Who don't? I always go jump on Simoncelli and Schwantz and doing and. Yeah, you know one thing, dude, Jack, that I haven't really seen. Man, my microphone is so sensitive. If I just touch it goes off. But what was I gonna say? I just lost my whole train of thought on.
They used to play the legends.
About doing this.
Oh, the legends. Did they ever have a Schwantz Pepsi bike rep on any video game? I don't think so.
They had the Lucky Strike.
Oh, the Lucky Strike. Oh no, his mic is dead.
Dude, my mic just keeps. Yeah. I need to back up a little bit. I need another boomstick, man. Is what I need, so my mic can be right here.
Yeah, or I want to be like Joe Rogan and like have the mic.
Joe Rogan,
have the mic like right here. Like, okay. Have you guys ever seen a bear do jujitsu? Like, you know what I mean?
Have you guys ever wrestled a bear with Bear Grylls in Alaska in minus 45 degrees
You ever tried DMT?
with just a set of matches? Yeah, on DMT.
You ever tried DMT? I love Joe Rogan. I'm a big Joe Rogan fan.
Yeah.
Yo,
I like
if you were able to go pro on a game that's not MotoGP, what would it be?
Ooh, that's good.
Or okay, outside of racing.
Outside of it, okay. Right. If I'm gonna go for pure money, I would go Fortnite, but I wouldn't. I'd hate to be known as the
Fortnite
guy. So I'd probably say you got like Call of Duty, FIFA, something like that.
Are you good at? Are you like legitimately good at these games?
Call of Duty, I'm absolutely useless.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think with your reflexes.
FIFA, I really do pro clubs now, so I never take it serious. But when I used to take it serious, I count myself as quite decent.
Who's your team?
I don't have a favorite football team.
Oh,
It's what me and my mate used to do. When we used to do like co-op, we play as England and have Harry Maguire up front.
oh, okay, yeah, friggin' Rooney, man, was my guy. But so aside from like motorcycle games, like you don't really do game like.
Yeah. I do play these. I do like Call of Duty, FIFA, but I never take any of them seriously. So
Right.
if I'm terrible, I just accept I'm terrible. If I'm good, then I'm good. But it's just whatever the mates playing, and I'll just chop along.
Well, what games are you and your mates playing right now? What are you guys currently playing?
Like Call of Duty, FIFA.
So it's FIFA, Call of Duty, Among Us when there's enough of us.
Among Us.
Fall
Among
Guys.
Us, yeah. Dude, I was just playing Fall Guys. I almost won. I never won Fall Guys yet.
And then you get like the random ones like Monopoly, Trivial Pursuit.
I like Monopoly, man. And Fall Guys. Me and Jules played Fall Guys several times. He's like, "You ever play Fall Guys?" I was like, "What the hell is that?" He's like, "Dude, you got to download this game."
I still got it, man.
I do too.
It's one of the games I play where I don't feel like putting. That's a lie. I do put effort in Fall Guys. You have to put effort in Fall Guys.
You
have to.
But
no, you do.
When it's like the hoops round, you have to put all the effort in to get all the hoops.
Exactly. I mean, I wanted to. There's a competitive gaming lounge at my local mall, so it's about like 5 minutes down the road. And like I've always thought about holding like a MotoGP tournament, but I was always like iffy about it because I don't know who would show. Because Americans don't be playing this shit, and I want to know who would actually take it serious. So like I'm still trying to like really zero in on that. I was thinking about hosting a fight night tournament because I'm a big boxing fanatic. So like definitely people might show up for that. But you ever thought about like hosting like your own events? I don't know if you had any like gaming cafes around you.
Yeah, the only idea so far is when I was at university, one of the technical guys, he's in charge. He has responsibilities all over the university, but one of the responsibilities he's got is in the esports hub. So he was like, maybe, especially after all the championships, like maybe we can host an event and see like how good people can be if they just jump on it and see how things go.
Would you?
Apart from that, there's no real thing.
Would you prospect somebody?
In what way?
So like, if you held like your own little event, your own little competition, would you be like scouting people? Be like,
No.
No.
I've got to. I'm not helping anybody.
I have
That's
a question.
True champion right there.
It is. But I got one question for you, Jack. How many TVs have you broken with the controllers over the years?
Naught.
Really?
Damn, you're very level-headed.
No, I have. Listen, I could God honestly say I have, but my son, it was a while ago. Jill knows about this, dude. When we first got him the Oculus, it was probably like I don't know a month after we got it for him. We kept telling him because everybody when you put the Oculus on, you actually with one of the controllers, you circle around to build a safe area so you don't hit nothing with your hands or anything, right? So I kept telling Rossi, I'm like, dude, make it smaller. Because if you go on YouTube, because he's always YouTubing these guys playing a gorilla tag and all this other shit, right? And yeah, dude, for it, that's his game right there. God damn it!
Gorilla
But he'll be standing. They're all standing in this little circle, and they just turn around like this, and they're doing their thing, right? Well, Rossi, he didn't do that. He ended up with his hand smacked my wife's 65-inch TV and shattered it.
Mhm.
Put this big, yeah, bro. I was sitting at the dinner table and I heard it. Nikki was like, "He just broke my TV," and I was like, "Shut up!" Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, I didn't.
I
witness
know,
that, man. It was all an accident. But needless to
better than
say,
me.
now he makes his area very tiny, right? Yeah, but it's but I did have a buddy. He just bought a brand new TV. This has been years ago. We were playing Madden. He got so pissed off. Dude, he ain't had the TV but 3
American
days.
football.
And he spent a lot of money on his TV and freaking threw the controller right at it and busted it. Busted his
Madden.
controller, was mad as hell, and all I could do was laugh. I thought it was the most hilarious shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me right now.
I've
American
destroyed.
football.
Yeah. I've destroyed a couple controllers too, playing fighting games, because I feel like there's an inner conspiracy with me. I feel like it's just me, where I'll go on like a 20-game winning streak, right? And I'll just be killing it. Everything's working for me. And then the next 15 games, nothing works for me. And I just keep losing and losing and losing. And I'm like, I'm conspiring that the game doesn't want me to win as much as I do. You know what I mean?
The game's against me.
Game's against me. And like that shit used to piss me off. Like I was playing Fight Night till like 1:30 last night. And I went on a 25 fight win streak. And then I lost like 10 in a row. And I'm like, how? Like, what changed? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my punches aren't landing anymore. And like, all of a sudden, one person just decks me in the face once and I get knocked out. And I'm like, yo, whoosh, I throw my controller.
Like, this is crazy.
So my girlfriend's seen my rage. Like, she
that's awesome. And she's still around, so that's good, right? Yeah.
No, she was asleep. She was asleep on my couch. And then I was like, fuck. And like, I threw my controller and she got up so quick. She's like, what happened? I'm like, nothing. I don't want to talk about it.
I got my butt kicked by Mike Tyson. Just kicked my butt again.
I hate people who use Mike Tyson, bro. It's so annoying. Like, use somebody else. Mike Tyson.
That's awesome, Mike Tyson.
World heavyweight champion. Yeah, Mike Tyson. You smoke weed?
Yeah. Do you like any other sports besides motorcycles? Like, do you watch
UFC?
Yes.
Yes. There you go, Jules. Yes. I'm gonna start getting into the UFC because of Jules.
Yes.
Yeah,
Cameron Frazier's. What did you say?
Volk's my number one.
Dude. Volkanovski, bro. It's so sad what happened to him.
Yeah. Let's see what other there's boxing, but boxing's like it's only like the big fights, really.
Yeah, like if it was like Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury.
Yeah, people like that. And then trying to think of other, not really many others really. Just if it's just sort of like if it's on, it's on. But it's just mainly racing, really.
Yeah. So go ahead, Jules.
I'm a big fight sport fanatic. I mean, I was watching the Tyson Fury Francis Ngannou fight, which I think Francis won. Definitely got robbed. But you know the Fury is no man alive can beat my son. You know, it's freaking John Fury. No man alive. Yo, Cameron Frazier, the BSB. What was it? Is it Super Sport?
Yeah,
GP2.
Cameron Frazier, GP2.
Yeah, GP2 Super Sport champion. Yo, he gets a kick out of it because like he's a big like fight fan too. So I hit him with a John Fury, no man alive, and then he just starts laughing. And I'm like, yo, that's my man right there. But big fight fan. I definitely want to get Chris into it. I actually want to. My plan for 2024 for people who are interested is to have a separate podcast within my own personal channel to talk more about fight sports. You know what I mean? So if you want to hop on there, man, and talk shop about UFC, I'm in it.
This sounds good.
Yeah. So, Jack, a lot of people don't know this, but you and your mom and somebody else actually has a podcast too, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell everybody what the name of that one is.
So High Side News.
High Side News. There you
High
go.
Side News.
And it's out on Apple, Spotify, and all that good stuff. Actually, listen
featuring
to
Mark
good.
Marquez. High Side News.
The High Side. Yeah. That's
Hopefully it doesn't happen.
hilarious.
That's
To the
great.
moon. Yeah, that's
To the
awesome.
moon. When did you guys start that?
It was in March, I want to say.
Yep, this year. Yep. Yep.
How does it feel to do something like that?
It's fun. Just
Right.
talking about GP and World and BSB.
Yeah.
And mentioning Moto America I mentioned after Road Atlanta, and after that amazing race 2, and there was another, I can't remember what other, there was another really close race with Bobier and Garnier and Perrin.
Yeah.
I can't remember it at the top of my head.
So you just like Chris, you're a fan of every.
I will admit, I did drop off Moto America after the Laguna when Bobier got injured.
Yeah, because then it took the
when
fun
the
out of the
title fight was on, and it was close racing every single.
Yeah.
I watched it whenever I could.
Yeah, Chris know this, but I'm a huge Matthew Skoltz fan, and I was kind of sad about how his season was going because I love Westby and I love that they're the redheaded stepchild of Yamaha. I wanted Matthew Skoltz to do well. Did you see the Coda race by any chance?
No.
Oh, that was a really.
But I was really happy when I saw that JD won in the last race.
No, JD Beach. I gotta hit him up. I'm trying to get him on the podcast. JD Beach. That's my guy.
Yeah, JD's awesome.
But just like how you're trying to get more into Moto America, I need to get more into BSB. So
yeah.
With everybody that I speak to and that Chris has introduced me to, it's always fun hearing their side of the story and what they have to go through in their paddock as well. So because the main goal is to book a trip to see you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's
What's the
better
nearest
than
track?
nearest track to me is Donington and Alton Park.
Okay.
But I don't think there's anything like watching 20 odd riders on superbikes with no traction control on the tightest circuits in the world.
Nothing like it. BSB is my favorite. Everybody knows it. I love BSB. It's proper. I mean, it's just, it's. I say it all the time, Jack. I tell everybody, and I get a hard time from some people too, but I don't care. This is what I say.
You don't love our sport.
Yeah. I'm like, look, dude, I do, right? I do. But
You
why don't we get rid of all the
NASCAR?
electronics like BSB does, and let's have some real proper racing, right? Yeah. So,
I agree. You should bring it on. You know what I'm saying?
So, Jack, outside of motorcycles and video games and all that, what's your favorite music you listen to?
Oh, it's a very, very wide range of music, I have to say.
Well, what's in your playlist right now?
Like
if you cut your phone on and cut your music, what song is popping up right now?
Learn to Fly by Foo Fighters.
There you go.
Oh,
man, what a song too. I like Foo Fighters.
The Foos.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. Did you go ahead, Jules?
Oh no, I was trying to see if they're coming to New York anytime soon, but
they are going on tour.
They're on tour.
Yeah.
They go to New York.
Do you read any books, audio books, or anything like that?
No.
Ain't got no time for that.
Yeah, right. I like audio books. I'm actually listening to. I just got done listening to Lanier. God damn it, what's his first name? He was a professional race car driver that smuggled drugs and got caught. Dude, it was Randy Lanier. That's it. Randy Lanier is good. Yes,
Randy.
I'm actually listening to Tim Kennedy's.
I don't know why I said it like that.
Audio book right now. Which is it's awesome. But anyway, celebrity crush, Jack. Who's your celebrity crush?
Don't have one.
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good for you, man.
Favorite Netflix series?
Dahmer.
What was it?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, Dahmer.
Listen, I need to watch it. Everybody tells me how good it is, and I have not watched it yet.
That shit bothered me, Chris.
Did it really?
It bothered me. We're gonna have a fun time. We're gonna party hardy. And I'm like, oh, it was just so uncomfortable, bro.
I haven't watched it. I'm actually watching Ted Lasso on Apple TV right now, which is proper, dude. That Roy Kent is my dude in that show.
Dude,
that's awesome.
I need to get into Project Monarch, yo. I'm a big Godzilla fan, so Project Monarch looks sick. I try to sit down and watch TV when I can, Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like I'm out, and Chris can attest to this. I'm out for most of the day, so it's like it's hard for me to like sit down and kind of zero in and focus. You watch anime at all?
No.
Damn. I wanted that 2 for 2. I was like, yeah, let's go. But yeah, dude, I do my best. But like when you're not gaming and you're not podcasting, what do you do on a daily basis? Do you go to school? Do you have a job?
Yeah, I go to university.
What are you majoring in?
Yeah,
Sports journalism.
of course, right? That's
Shit, for MotoGP. Yeah, because somebody needs to put Simon Patterson in his place. So get in there and toss him aside. You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious.
I don't know if you paid attention to our forums, Jack, but a lot of our people have a problem with that dude.
I'm just not going to get involved.
That's the great answer.
I seen it as soon as his eyebrows raised up. I already knew. Yeah, I already knew what time it was. Yeah.
We're Americans. We like controversy.
Yeah, dude. You know what, dude? That's something I always want to do was be like a journalist, like a motorcycle journalist. I always thought that would be a cool gig, but instead, I'm a podcast journalist, right? So it's the next best thing.
Yeah, for me personally, I like more of the doing like highlight films and like internet content, so like social media stuff. So for Moto America, I would try to do like videos for people or like do like little vlogs or something of that nature. I just like being in front of a camera, you know what I'm saying? So hence the whole podcast thing.
Yeah,
I like the attention. So with that being said, when you were going through all this and you're winning your championships and you're too busy being the GOAT, what was it like from going from just playing in your room and then now you're having cameras flash at you, people recording you, people wanting to take pictures with you, people wanting to interview you? Like, how did you handle that? Was there any pressure at all? Like were you like overwhelmed?
No, it was like that whole I'd say from about 1 o'clock onwards, everything that happened just
a blur.
Just nothing happened, if that makes sense. So I remember I went backstage, I nearly forgot the watch, and somebody from Dorna had to get it for me. And then all of a sudden I was getting interviewed by one person and taking photos with someone else, and then I got an interview, and it was all just all over the place, but it was just like nothing really. It's just.
Did it feel cool? Like did it feel cool to be like, hey, man?
There was no real emotion to it. It was just just doing it.
Just straight up Mamba mentality. Didn't care about the glitz and the glamour. Just cared about winning, bro.
Yeah,
I like that. Kobe.
The Lorenzo mentality, right? Because he didn't like doing any of that neither.
But I don't mind it. It's just it's
is what it is.
It's part of it. So
yeah, that's great.
They're making a difference to me.
Yo, you're a lot better than me, man. Because if I was in your position, I'd be signing autographs, kissing babies and whatnot. Like,
because I know that if I did try and show myself up, it's very easy to make yourself look like a bit of an idiot. So I prefer just to keep cool and stay safe.
Be yourself. That's it. Just be yourself, man.
But that's just my personality. I have a very explosive like personality, and I did theater in high school and somewhat in college. So like, you know, I like being out there, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me. I do. But that's dude. I could only imagine what that's like, you know, just being on top of the world in something that you love. You know what I'm saying? Was there any of that? You don't have to say names, but when you see the set list of people that you're playing against, were there anybody that you looked at and you're like, wow, this guy's here? God damn it.
Well, obviously you got Travis and Adrian. It's not like okay, they're there. Obviously, they're going to be the main guys. But I'd say the past 2 years, it's like, yeah, okay, they're going to finish first and second, blah, blah, blah. But then this season, it's like, after I won in Catalonia, I'm like, okay, I can take it to them. So,
which you did.
After that, it's just like nobody's invincible. You can beat them if you can. Yep. Some can't, some can, and luckily I have the ability to. So
how much practice are you going to be doing during this off season before the new season begins? Like, do you play it daily? Is it a game you play daily on a daily basis?
During the season, it was on average just under 3 hours a day, but that was including like a couple of days off. During the off season, generally it's like I'll just play it when I want to, not if I need to. So
Yeah.
I could go a month or two without playing any sort of bike games.
Oh,
Usually I won't. But I could easily do that and then go straight back into it and get back on top.
Yeah.
But it's usually like the month before the game comes out, I'll warm myself up on the old game and then I'm prepared for when a new game comes out, and then I have to just obviously make the small adjustments to how the game's changed.
Yeah.
yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad because I know for like a completely different games, but I know for Call of Duty, like pro Call of Duty teams, they got boot camp. Like they're in there 6, 7, 8 hours of the day, and just drilling.
Yeah, I'd drive myself insane doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Chris, you ever seen pro Call of Duty gamers play?
No, I haven't.
It's bananas. Like
I bet.
you poke your shoulder out just a little bit and you're dead. Like they're insane. And I'm actually happy that you guys don't go through like a boot camp because I like what you were saying, Jack, that like the mental must be insane if you had to sit there for hours and hours on end. Y'all have like a coach or something?
No, like it's just like during the actual season, we'll just go, okay, I can make a lobby at this time. Who can join me? Yeah, me. Okay, play. And then you play for so long, and then they'll leave, and it's like, can anybody else host? Yeah, blah blah. And you can go. Honestly, you can go. Say, let's say, the first lobby will open at 2 p.m. and at the end of the day, you could have done 3 lobbies worth of 9 hours. Then the next day, you only do 1 hour.
Yeah.
But generally, you would play every day in some form, and obviously you can't. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But generally, you play as much as you can when you can, because otherwise you could miss one session, and that one session could cost you the chance of trying something to improve yourself.
Do you ever post these lobbies publicly to see who to jump on? No.
So it's only the esport riders.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Dude, I do have one more question away from motorcycles, Jack. What's your favorite food?
Burgers.
Burgers?
Well, welcome to America, bro.
Right? Welcome to America.
Listen, got a lot of that for you.
Yeah, my favorite food when I was out there, of course, everybody you see it all, dude, fish and chips, baby, with the mushy peas and the curry sauce. Oh my god, it was so good. I'll crave it right now. I wish I had a big old fat and chips, big old fat one right now.
Bro, just go to Long John Silver's, bro.
No, bro, it is not the same.
I want to see if you guys know this. Do you know what the national dish of the UK is?
Put me on the spot.
Oh, I know this answer.
Not fish and chips is one, but
it's not the main.
Oh, dude,
no.
I know this answer. Oh god.
Does it pertain black pudding? Do you like black pudding?
Yeah, I do like black pudding, but I hate Sunday roasts.
Oh, okay, dude. Because I tried black pudding for when I was out there. Daniel Parker again when he picked me up at Heathrow. He took me and had a proper English breakfast, right? And he's like, "Man, you ever tried black pudding?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Well, you gotta try it." I was like, "Okay, I'll try anything once, right?" I got about 3 chews into it, and that was about all.
It's not beans and toast, is it?
No, it's not beans and toast. No.
Damn. You lost me. I can't remember.
Chicken tikka masala.
Dude, really?
No,
I
love. Okay, never mind. I love way out.
Dude, tikka masala smack. That's Indian food, man.
Chicken tikka masala.
Yeah, because remember Frankie was asked like, "What's your favorite British food?" He went, "Chicken tikka masala." Everyone's like, "That's not British."
Yeah, I love tikka masala.
My friend, eat your chicken tikka masala.
Dude, I love that. It's
Don't cancel me.
So Jack, when you eat Indian food and stuff, are you a spice guy? Do you like hot sauce?
No, I can't handle spice. Like,
word.
Me and my mates had like a hot ones challenge, and I was the first one to break.
Oh, dude. So speaking of that, dude, I want to do that so bad. So I have the last dab hot sauce in my refrigerator, and I eat it a lot. It's good. It's hot.
Delicious.
It's good though. It really is hot. Yeah. But yeah, that's something me and Jules talked about. Like, we want to do a podcast and where we actually do the 10 wing challenge as we're giving an interview. Right?
Yeah. So it's not you guys eating it. It's us.
Yeah, it's us eating it.
Like, see,
yeah,
just like freaking out on camera. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, man. So, gentlemen, we've hit the hour 24 mark, so a little over like where we usually stop. But we don't want to take too much of your time. So, before we close off, man, do you have any upcoming projects? Do you where can people find you? Your socials, or
Okay, so So Instagram is Jack_Hammer4658. Facebook is JackHammer4658. Twitter I don't really use. So those are the two main. I have YouTube, which is JackHammer4658, and that's my name on all the PlayStation, Xbox, PC platforms. So
that's awesome because
So what if
I use 4658 in a lot of my shit too. Mine's Simco 4658, my PlayStation. Yeah, it is.
So if someone wanted to get the smoke in MotoGP 2023, they could just hit you up and play you.
Now it's off season, a bit less willing to play the game because I've spent 5 months playing that game religiously,
Right.
and it's like I want a 3-month break from that game.
Dude, just play UFC 5, man. Call it a day.
I'll play UFC 4, not 5, not yet.
Oh, makes sense.
Okay, there you go.
I agree with that. But yeah, man, I that's all I got. Chris, what about you, man?
Yeah, I would just like to say, as I always do, what an honor it is to sit down today with the 2023 MotoGP Esport champion in the house,
Goat.
Jack Hammer, baby. Thank you so much. What an
right.
honor it was
Goat.
to sit here and have this chat. Listen, Jack, we got to get you back on again next year, right? For sure.
Yeah.
It's something I want to continue to do, and I just want to say thank you for everybody that always watches and likes and subscribe. We're on Spotify, Podbean, iHeart, Samsung, Google, blah blah blah, everywhere but Apple right now. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much. If anybody wants to buy any Pin the Gas merch, hit up the Clothing Kings. You go to their website, which is theclothingkings.co.uk. Proper guys have the best clothes and hats in the business. Also,
Clothing
if anybody,
Kings.
the Clothing Kings, if anybody over there, my friends
Shout out
across
Jake
the
Marsh.
pond, want
His mic.
wants to do track days and get on a racetrack, please hit up Jane at California Superbike School. .co.uk. Those guys, Gary, they're super proper lads, and of course, my mate Jake Marsh and Peter Marsh. Big shout out to them and to everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. And up next, we have Lizzie Whitmore coming on the podcast, which is going to be proper. Yeah. So listen, real quick, I just want to let everybody know we got Lizzie Whitmore coming on. And then we got Luke Hedger coming on. And then we got Mark Miller coming on.
Let's go. What a
those
lineup.
are our next three in line, with more to announce that I've already got lined up, but I just want to let everybody know. But anyway,
we got to regroup, and Chris, me and you got to regroup and figure out 2024 before we start booking 2024 stuff.
So, but thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
And this is for you.
That's
why he's doing
anything. That's hilarious.
That's why he's the GOAT.
That's awesome. I
had to do it for you. All right, man. So until next time, guys, tune in at the next episode of Pin the Gas. I am Cool Jules. That is Chris, the whole Epic Show Simcoe, and Jack hammered down Hammersley.
Let's go.
So and we'll see you guys at the next one. Peace.
Absolutely. All right, Jack, hang on 1 second.